If you enjoy growing ginger at home, you probably already know one thing. Ginger sprouts quite slowly. I have also tried many different methods, and today I will share with you a simpler way. Sprouting ginger in water first allows you to clearly see the roots and shoots develop before planting it into soil. First, prepare the ginger. This is an important step that affects the yield. Instead of using it right away, wrap the ginger in a slightly damp paper towel. Place it in a container with the lid slightly open, or in a zip bag that is not fully sealed. Keep it in a warm place around 75 to 85 degrees for 3 to 7 days. With a large basket, a basin, and a little clean water that has been left overnight, I will start growing ginger hydroponically. First, I place the basket into the basin. You can see that the basket fits neatly inside the basin. These mature ginger rhizomes have already been prepared beforehand. One more note: do not choose young ginger because its sprouting rate will not be high. Then, place the ginger on the basket. The water in the basin should only just touch the bottom of the basket. I use a plastic bag to cover the entire mouth of the basin to prevent water from evaporating and to create good humidity for root and shoot development. After 1 week, you can see that the ginger rhizomes have started producing shoots and roots at the points where they contact the water. At this stage, the young shoots are about 0.5 to 1 inch tall. Because the water only touches the bottom of the ginger, the rhizomes do not rot at all. On the contrary, the sprouting and rooting process becomes even faster. I will lift it up so you can take a look. You see that? The young ginger roots are growing downward to absorb water. They look very strong and healthy. At this point, there are still not many roots yet. Let's wait a little longer. After 15 days, I come back to the ginger rhizomes, and you can clearly see the difference. The young ginger shoots are now about 8 to 15 inches tall, with 2 to 3 small green leaves. A ginger rhizome can produce many small shoot branches. Can you see its roots? Let me move the camera closer so you can see. The roots have now grown very long with many side roots and fine young roots. The ginger rhizome is still completely firm and still has enough nutrients to support the young shoots. Look more closely at the roots. Compared with 15 days ago, they have developed a lot. The roots are now up to 20 inches long, and many side roots have grown from the main roots. They pass through the small holes of the plastic basket to absorb water underneath. The roots are still very white and firm. Look at this one. This rhizome has so many roots. It will probably grow into a strong and productive ginger clump. This one is the same. Many roots, white, long, and healthy. You can see that the sprouting rate of these rhizomes reaches about 90%. At this point, the mature ginger rhizomes have almost used up much of their energy to feed the shoots and roots. So, I will take them all out of the basket to prepare for the next stage. I will use 5 plastic baskets and line the bottom with a little straw to start planting the ginger. Growing in plastic baskets is suitable for small gardens and for people who want to reduce maintenance. It also lowers the risk of rhizome rot, makes harvesting faster, and helps prevent the ginger from breaking. Before adding the soil, I want to introduce the soil mixing formula to you. Prepare 4 parts clean soil, 3 parts well-rotted compost, 2 parts peanut shells, and 1 part perlite or rice hulled charcoal. This mixture keeps the soil loose and airy, holds just enough moisture, but still drains quickly. Thanks to that, the ginger rhizomes do not become waterlogged or rot. The roots have air to grow, and the compost slowly provides nutrients, so the plant can grow stronger and produce better rhizomes. I have finished lining the basket with straw. Now, I will add the mixed soil into the basket. You can see the purpose of the straw layer at the bottom. It helps maintain soil moisture and reduces soil loss through the gaps of the plastic basket. After that, I will water the surface lightly to provide moisture. This also helps the soil settle better and prevents it from pulling moisture away from the newly planted ginger. Now, I will dig a hole about 2 to 3 inches deep, just enough to bury the ginger. If you bury it too deeply, the young shoots can easily become waterlogged. In each basket, I only plant about 3 to 4 rhizomes. Make sure the sprouting eyes face upward. Cover the roots with about 1 to 2 inches of soil, and that is enough. Planting shallowly also helps the roots breathe more easily and gives them space to spread out. You know, growing ginger helps make use of partially shaded areas, spots where many vegetables and fruiting plants do not grow well. It also helps cover the soil surface and retain moisture better. I plant the remaining containers in the same way. The reason I like growing ginger is because it does not need much space, and it can make use of the partially shaded corners of the garden. When I need it for cooking, making tea, or freshening up the kitchen, I just dig up a little fresh ginger to use, while the rest continues growing underground. What about you? Let me know in the comments below. After 15 days, the ginger plants have grown much bigger and stronger. I will pull out some weeds around the base. You can see that the plants are now green and have reached about 20 inches tall. The ginger leaves have grown larger and more abundant. I add a thin layer of soil around the base to cover the exposed rhizomes and roots and to create more space for the ginger to continue developing. You can see that some ginger rhizomes are exposed above the soil surface. For the soil used at this stage, you can use the same mixture I showed you at the beginning. If you do not have much time to care for the plants, then from this stage, you should add a little slow-release organic fertilizer into the soil mixture. This will provide enough nutrients for the ginger until harvest time. And this is the result after 4 months of growing ginger from ginger rhizomes that started in water. We have harvested a lot of ginger. Actually, I did not spend too much effort caring for them. The result is not bad, right? If you have more time to care for them and add soil regularly, the yield can be much higher. You do not have to harvest everything at once like I did. Whenever you need to use some, you can pull up a little. This way, the ginger will keep a fresher flavor. With this much ginger, I want to share with you a recipe that helps make the kitchen smell better. Prepare 1 mature ginger rhizome, thinly sliced peels from 2 oranges, 2 cinnamon sticks, 5 to 7 cloves, 1 sprig of rosemary or a few mint leaves, 4 cups of water, and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar to help reduce kitchen odors better. To make it, I will cut the ginger into small pieces first, then the orange peel. Add 4 cups of water and put everything into a pot. Bring it to a gentle boil, then reduce the heat and simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes. When the aroma rises, turn off the heat and let it cool. Then pour both the liquid and the ingredients into a glass jar and store it in the refrigerator. To use it, each time you want to make the kitchen smell better, take about 1/2 to 1 cup of this mixture. Put it into a small pot, add a little water, and simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. The warm scent of ginger, fresh orange and lemon peel, and cinnamon will help the kitchen smell cleaner, especially after cooking oily foods, fish, onions, or garlic. If this guide has changed the way you look at growing your own spices at home, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. We are uncovering the natural methods that history has often overlooked. Let's grow a better future together. Your next harvest of knowledge will be ready soon.